Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Jambakam yajamahe, sugandhim pushtivardhanam, urvarukamiva bandhanan, mrityurmukshiyamamrutata. Om.
Sahana vavatu sahano avyam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Mrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good morning. Please see page number 96. The longest night seems to be passing away. The sorest trouble seems to be coming to an end at last. The seeming corpse appears to be awaking. She is awakening, the motherland of ours. From her deep, long sleep, none can resist her anymore. Never is she going to sleep anymore. No outward powers can hold her back anymore. For the infinite giant is rising to her feet. So, we are celebrating 75 years of independence. Sorry, so this Triranga festival is going on. So Independence Day fever gripped the entire country. We as a generation have not tasted any authoritarian regime, authoritarian rule. So we don't know what it is to enjoy political freedom. Okay? Our predecessors, our forefathers, those who lived through generations before us, they had experienced that oppression. So we have to use our faculty of imagination. You have to go back in time to understand how the conditions were some 75 years back, 80 years back, 90 years back. So when we were under British rule, you don't have the right. Today we have this adult franchise. We vote and we elect our people, they rule us. Okay, they're our people because we have elected them. But an authoritarian regime means they're just there to oppress and suppress people, to exploit. No freedom of expression. You can't express your dissent against the government. If you express one word, you'll be jailed, you'll be incarcerated, you will be punished. You'll be treated brutally. You will not be treated even like human beings in authoritarian regimes. Today also there are so many authoritarian regimes in the world. You just go and ask the people, okay. So they will tell you what it is to experience political freedom. It's not a simple thing. So many people have sacrificed. If they had not sacrificed their lives, today, who knows, we would not have been free, right? They sacrificed their lives if they had valued their life. So why should I take risk? Why should I sacrifice my life? Today we would not have been in a position to breathe this free air now we are breathing. So it's a time to remember their sacrifices. It is time we pay our homage and tribute to these great martyrs who helped us win this political freedom. Not for 1 year or 2 years, nearly for 250 years, we were suppressed and oppressed by the British. Systematic suppression and exploitation of the nation had happened. And so many people have sacrificed their lives for us actually to help us to live in a free India. So this is an occasion where we pay our tribute and homage to our great forefathers who actually sacrificed their lives for our sake. Why did they do that? For our sake. At least the future generation should not suffer this oppression. With that intention only, they had participated in the national movement and helped us in freedom. So, Vivekananda, his contribution is immense. So that's an independent struggle. In fact, he was the pioneer. He built the freedom movement. How he did? He did. Swamiji did not utter a single word against the British. That was his genius. Okay, 75,000 Britishers actually ruled 33 crore Indians. Swamiji did not say one word against the British. He just roused the national consciousness by actually pointing out to our great ancestry, the civilizational values, our great roots, spiritual roots. Because his was a constructive path all the time, not that you hate somebody. First of all, why such a situation had happened, why we were under this British rule, how such a small number of people could rule over us, because we were not a nation yet. We were not united, we were not together, right? Society was divided on caste lines, people were not helping each other, cooperating with each other. That nationalistic spirit was not there at all. So Swamiji actually had roused the national consciousness by pointing out to us the great spiritual and cultural heritage that our forefathers have passed on to us. And we were in a kind of, you can say that an inferiority complex the nation was experiencing. I can say in a low spirit, saying that we are the most backward upon the earth because we may be less civilized, we may be less cultured compared to the Britishers. They are more actually progressive, they're more civilized, they had more education. We thought actually they were a superior race. We have forgotten our own roots, we have forgotten our own glory. And Swamiji reminded us of our true glory. And then Mahatma Gandhi, after actually took forward the freedom movement. And Mahatma Gandhi said that after reading Vivekananda, my love for country has increased by thousandfold, he said. All the freedom fighters, Arabinda Ghosh, Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, everybody had read Vivekananda. Particularly, there is one book of Vivekananda, Lectures from Colombo to Almora. Okay? Vivekananda, you all know, actually went to Chicago in 1893. There he addressed the Chicago Parliament of Religions as brothers, sisters, and brothers of America. There he became a celebrity overnight. For 2.5 years thereafter, after his appearance at Chicago, he had traveled across the length and breadth of America, preaching the great Vedantic ideals to them. They received him, they appreciated his thought and his philosophy, and they changed their opinion on India. The Americans have started understanding that actually India is not a poor country. India is very rich in culture. India is very rich in spiritual wisdom. And so, after helping the local population understand India in a better light, Swamiji returned to India in 1897. He landed in Colombo. At that time, Colombo also, Sri Lanka also was part of India. And from Colombo to Almora, not in fact Almora, he had gone up to Lahore. He had given a series of lectures. All those lectures were brought in a book form, lectures from Colombo to Almora. We are conducting a competition also now, only on 4 lectures, because there were 28 lectures, but we are conducting only competition on 4 lectures. If you read those lectures, you understand the greatness of your motherland. How great a civilization it is, how great a nation we are, okay? Who are our forefathers, what they have done, their contribution, our contribution towards the progress of humanity, towards the progress of human civilization. All these things will become clear to you if you read that book, Lectures from Colombo to Almora. You find it difficult to read in English, you can read it in Telugu also. Telugu translation is also available. Okay. In fact, after independence, if we had made these lectures a part of our educational curriculum, India would have been a different nation today altogether. British police used to come to Belur Math, our headquarters in Calcutta in those days regularly, where every freedom fighter, particularly the revolutionaries, they carried this book of Vivekananda, lectures from Colombo to Almara. And British grew suspicious. Why everybody is carrying this Vivekananda's book? We have to ban this literature of Vivekananda. They thought actually. They searched and they searched. They opened the book and saw not one word against the British. Some even did not mention the word British. But that's how actually roused the national consciousness. Just reminded us our own glory. And then made us understand that these Britishers were barbarians, not we. Till then we had been thinking that we were barbarians. Okay? We were not cultured, we were not civilized, we were thinking. He raised the esteem of the nation just like that. And of course, after he laid the solid foundation of freedom struggle, other leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Subhash Chandra Bose, they all built it up, the freedom movement. They built that great freedom struggle structure. And that's how actually we won independence. So this is time to celebrate what we have achieved. It's not a mean thing. It's not a small thing. Okay? We are enjoying. We are in a free India today. You can express your dissent. You can express if you have any issues with the government. It's our rule. It's a democracy means self-rule. And also in a country like India with such cultural diversity, for 1.4 billion population, opting for democracy, and for the last 75 years, more or less successfully, we have been actually able to conduct ourselves. It's not a small thing, because particularly a country like India, with such diversity, going for democracy is not a joke. We are the biggest democracy in the world and also the most diverse country. There's no other country which is as diverse as India, you all need to know. So this is not a small thing, what we have achieved. So we need to celebrate, we need to identify with it, we need to feel proud about our achievements. So more about freedom struggle and independence, I will tell you on Monday of Independence Day. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.